2 back again. I got 3 more poems. More jail poems. I mean, I started this jail thing. I might as well get on with it. Yeah, these one of how I felt the day that I wrote this one. I got one waking up to reality, and another life poem. And like I said, being in jail brought out a lot of darkness in me because of the simple fact that my last, 2 poems I read, I mean, when you're in there, you got a lot of, I forgot to say in one of the video there, being in jail, I might as well just come out in parts of it due to the fact that you got a lot of men in there that really try to get inside your brain and mess with you. They don't know you, if they fear you or they don't like you, they come out with some harsh things. And that's why I picked poetry and putting words on my paper and read some in, the AA meetings I went to, just to let people know. And you do need, in a way, you need some defense for yourself in jail, because if you show weakness, I told you some crazy stories. I mean, if you show weakness, they're gonna do things to you. I mean, you hear the prison riots on the news. They have TV show now of prison riots and all crazy things that happen. Yeah, and it is like it. And I've watched some pretty brutal stuff. Dudes going in other dudes' room and literally fist fighting and banging each other out. And, it gets nasty in there. Sometimes and the reason why I did these poems and to read them was not only to give a learning lesson, but to wake people up and to see, what they're doing, because some of this, I was blind to myself, being a 17-year alcoholic. I mean, that's basically what most of these poems are. I mean, I have other poems, and I've written nice poems, but I sit more into the dark side because that's all my life has ever revolved around. And I'll tell you something right now. I myself was bullied as a child, and that's why I used to come out and lash out at people. In 1989, I made a decision for myself, because it was like 1987 or 88. I was hanging by a rope in my closet. I went through a depression year, you may say, and I almost killed myself. My uncle killed himself back in 1984, and he killed himself due to a woman issue. His woman left him, and for another man. He just killed himself, hung himself. My depression at the time was getting picked on, and I mean, I had friends, don't get me wrong, I had lots of friends, but that year, for some reason, we all went our separate ways. We took like a break from each other. Me, it hit me hard. So I mean, being alone in my room and just sitting there thinking of where my time is gonna go. Will it always be like this? I kind of had a hard time being alone, you could say. But I mean, hanging there, wanting to jump from what I was on, to do it right. Just sitting there and thinking, maybe this ain't the right thing. Maybe I should change my attitude. attitude towards life and things, and that's when I became into like doing this, writing poems of darkness or lyrics of darkness. And I mean, that's like the songs I wrote. My first 3 songs were a big old lash out to my feelings and thoughts to people, but I didn't put it as, you know, one of these dumb idiots that go to a high school and blow everybody up, shoot everybody. I put it in lyrics to scare people in ways, but like I say, if you put something on paper and you come out with stuff like this, I think it's better to just write it than do it, is right, because then people see what you can do, what you think of what you say. It gets them to back off a little, and hey, you got something there to keep you straight. But I mean, I have a reputation of my own, and in jail, I mean, they're even counselors are there to push your limitations. If you cannot, you know, if you cannot live in jail of the time you do, and if you can't take the hits that inmates and counselors give you in there, then you can't make it in the big world. You might as well stay in there the rest of your life, or, you know, stay in a psychiatric hospital, and, you know, where they monitor you all your life, because the big brutal world's hurting you. I mean, this is just like, you know, songs like Slipknot. I want to slit your throat, fuck the wound, stick my face inside and feel the swoon. They, in a small town of Iowa, said in an interview that they lash out and say things, because, right, it's better to stick it on paper and say it than do it. Then you get out there in the mosh pit, you battle out your what you can, and everybody goes home nice and safe. That's what metal music is to me. And they're hitting a mosh pit or something, or hitting a concert from Ozzy Osbourne, and, you know, head banging till your neck hurts, or Metallica, or Slayer, or whoever the hell's out there still doing it. You know, that to me is the way to get your aggression out. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you have to in self-defense do something, which I have in the past, I had to, someone was out to kill me and go after me, you know, I had to do what I had to do. I mean, I've been fighting all my life and in jail. I wanted to put it was my first bid, and I wanted to put out there in words that, you know, leave me alone. I'm this kind of person, just, you know, just to make it look like, hey, get out of my face. But, and put a little knowledge into their heads of what I can do and read and write, you know. Some people, maybe it will help them, some people it won't, and whatever, they stay a fuck up all their life, so be it. But anyways, let's get on to the poems, and this is Life Poem 5. Life is strange, life is pain, and life is nothing but whacked out and insane. You think you have it under control, nothing can stop you. You're larger than life. Then bam, you hit rock bottom. You sit there and wonder what the hell happened. Your good life is gone. Something kicked you in the teeth with laughing. You shrug it off, build yourself up again, doing all the right things. This time, things start going good. Nothing is going wrong. You even start singing your favorite song. You're back to having joy in your life and feel that this will last forever. Bam! You fall right back on your face, back into the horror place. You think again, what the hell went wrong? I had it all together. I've been doing so well, so long. But the moral to your life is, and you need to understand, you only have one life to live. It don't come second hand. So put this in your mind before it's too late, or somehow you wind up in that botched crate. Life is a game of chess, and if you don't make the right strategy moves, you might end up dying. Then you won't be able to say, hey, how did I lose? And then all my poems from jail, I mean, I do have some good ones I'll get into, but I wanted to bring these out. It's due to the fact of, you know, me being the alcoholic I keep saying. And I said in one of my videos that when you're on a drug, or if you're in the wonder world of drinking, you do not see or hear nothing around you. It's like you know that person. If you know a person like that, you know nothing around them consists of what they do. Me, my drinking, I mean, it got so bad with me blacking out. I was losing money, losing friends, losing this, losing that. Jesus Christ. I look back and I try to remember things, and it's all nothing but blackness. The only reason why I know what I did and what I've done, of course, from my drinking, is from the people that did hang around me. They told me the next day of the story. And I got some whacked out stories, boy. I might have to do a video for that too. And yeah, that would be a video of going over my 17 years. I mean, some good and a lot bad. But I'm waking up to reality from all this. This is like a drug use poem, of course, to all the drug users. If I can help you with this, besides going to an AA meeting, well, hey, that'd be something, an A+ in my book, and that's something I'd be very proud of. Because I bring reality in my poems, and I bring reality to you. Because sitting and you know, getting all this info from books and classes, and you know, it's all the same old, the same old. I mean, some of it works for people and some of it don't. But if you put more depth in jail, and, you know, demonic things that happen in your poems or writing or whatever, I think, yeah, or waking up next to a friggin' friend of yours that you were partying with the night before and he's dead next to you, you look him in the eyes. Someday Aerosmith gave it up, Ozzy gave it up. You know, all these bands, big huge bands used to party, all gave it up. You know, it gets old. Maybe this can help you get it done quicker. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Waking up to reality from all the stuff we used. It's like waking up to a different life and feeling very confused. Don't know how to deal with all of this commotion. Have to learn to deal with our feelings, ourselves, and our devotion. It's hard to be clean from that feeling that once made us full of joy, made us feel superior, made us feel tough. Like when we came of age and threw away our baby toys. Oh, motherfucker, I think I did this in one of my videos, sorry. It's starting to come to my head now. I have to go to take 2, sorry about that. Yeah, I did read that in another story. You know, damn it, whatever. If I didn't, I'll read it in another one, I'll figure it out. I gotta go back and check on my videos. I've been trying to separate what I've done and what I haven't. Now I'm gonna throw them back in the mix, I think, but shit. This one is how I feel today. Shit, that sucks. Tears fill my eyes because I'm lost in the abyss. I don't know how to deal with this jail time. I feel like bashing the walls with my fist. I'm sick of all this one routine. It's hard in a brain strain to do this shit. I've watched my brother half his life do this, and I don't know how he does it. Sit in a building with a bunch of guys. To most of these inmates and my brother, This is the top of the world. To me, all I see is my mind getting sick. Always having nasty thoughts. Want to explode to the one who gets in my face. Don't feel no remorse if I destroy what's in this place. I'm growing demonic in here. I feel my wrath. Growing, growing, growing. But wait. I need to think. There is someone there who is waiting for me, who needs me, who's suffering more than me, because I brought him in this world and threw him to the wolves. What the fuck is the matter with me? Feeling sorry for myself. It's just like I stuck my kid on a bookshelf to collect dust. It's time to scrape my brain, which contains all of this rust. Put my mind to work. Stop thinking like an inmate jerk. That's what got me in here. Partying and drinking. Didn't give a shit about me. Now I got my son. I'm starting to see the future is looking good. And it's time to get rid of all my old ways. Stop all this nonsense like I know I should. Well, all I can say to end my thoughts is to let go of the past, of all the bad medicine I bought. Then take off driving too fast. Try to get back my future of having fun, of playing and taking care of my beautiful son. And this was written in 7402. This is a poem to my son, which was my, it was before my other three came along. That's it for now. That other one I screwed up on. I think I already read it because it sounded familiar. Wasn't sure. Let me finish it, whatever. And threw away our baby toys. Life is a maze and you have a choice. Take the dead ends and stay there, or continue your journey. You only have one life to live and nobody knows where you go after you die. If you continue to use, you can stay in a fantasy world and see nothing from your eyes. Or you could wake up, take back your life, and stop getting chopped up by the butcher knife. So finish your maze, then close the door. There's a better things to do out there than be a walking drugstore. So take these words of wisdom and brainwash them in your head. Because if you don't, you'll probably get stuck in your maze and wind up back in jail or wind up dead. I should have just finished it or whatever. I mean, these poems, like I say, are straight from the heart. They're straight, pure reality. I don't leave nothing out. And I'm sure the last two poems that you read will show you that what jail can do to your mind for real. I mean, to come out with this stuff, it's just, it was something I had to, because I had to release anger. And I knew if I released my anger in ways of killers like Ted Bundy, all these jerk-offs, and, OJ, and, stupid people like that come about, all these murderers, killers. I mean, if I was to be one, it would be to kill all them off. That's pretty much where my writing comes from. Because some of these people still roam the streets. In my jail time that I did, I was innocent of all my charges in the end, but I sat a year in jail. I'm not going to cry, piss and moan, and, how can I say it? And say, it'll make you feel sorry for me, alright? But, it just pisses me off. I did a year's time for nothing. It's like them people out there that done You know, I can't complain, because there's people that done 25, 30 years for nothing. Oh, and then they give them a pardon, and then, oh, here's some money, and just to try and get your life back together after 30 fucking years in jail. Give me a break. There's no way in hell you get traumatized in jail. You see things in jail. You don't even, I mean, I can't, even the phone calls you get, I can't even say how many times I woke up in the middle of the night because my son, at the time I was in jail, being 2 years old, and my wife's uncle was a fucking douchebag, kicked my son to the floor because he stepped on one of his breathing hoses. Now this guy is overweight, this guy's a piece of crap loser, and he was a child molester. And at the time, you know, we were going through some heavy battles, and one of them was that incident. He kicked him to the floor and called him a little cocksucker and get off my hose. And I was on the phone, I heard every word, and night after that, I woke up from dreams and dreams and dreams of my kid. Man, I don't even want to say it. I can't say it. It's just demented what jail does and what happens around you. And all I can say is that's probably why I came out with a lot of these poems. In the pervert poem, I mean, I didn't say it, I wanted to get that out last night, but I didn't have a little much time. But yeah, that's pretty much why I wrote that poem, towards that man. You know, a lot of things I've been thinking about lately, going over, you know, things I gotta remember, because some things I try to block out, because I got a photographic memory, and if I don't, I think of it, it just riles me up, and I get crazy in the head, and, you know, but I mean, I don't want to sound like a preacher, preaching to anybody, but this is how I come up with my poems, this is how I come up with some of my lyrics. And I mean, that's why I want to share them with you, man. I've always been trying to get them published, looked at, never had the money. Now this comes along. I salute YouTube with a big hail for coming along, making your website. This is one of the best things that has ever happened in my life. And hey, who knows? Whatever it comes out of, it comes out of. If I get kicked to the curb and laughed at, whatever. I don't care. It's all that's happened to me all my life. And this is my way of getting back and saying things that I need to say. Of course, poetry. You got great poets like Edgar Allan Poe, Jim Morrison. I can go on. They were drunks, druggies, you know, but their words of wisdom has helped people in the past. People get better and think of better things. You know, who knows? But other than that, you too. I hope you enjoyed tonight's poems or anything I've done. I'm trying to keep this live and kicking of good shit, stuff, whatever you want to call it. Put a comment, poop. Put a comment, it's a bag of pee, whatever. I don't care. Thank you. Big salute, and we'll see you on the next video.